All right, today I decided I wanted to gamble on mirrors and fracturing shards. Nothing else matters. I can go farm tier 17s, I can go farm beast, I can go do essences, I can do a lot of things. But today I've decided I want mirror shards, and I'm gonna make it happen. One way or another, I'm gonna make it happen, whether I do these maps 1,000 times or they fall while I'm recording now. But I've decided today that I want to run harbingers, and I want to look for tier 7 or tier 16 harbingers with tier 17 maps and fracturing shards and orbs and all this cool stuff. And honestly, it's really fun. Lately I've been doing a lot of barrel farming, I've been doing some curation farming, I've been testing out all different things, and I decided today I wanted to do harbingers. And overall, it's really chill, it's really easy, it's really exciting, and honestly, it's addicting. It's really addicting. Now, for the people that want to know, you click harbinger, you get Harby Scarabs, and you go. But for everybody else who wants to know what's going on, we'll make this really simple. Pretty much what I want to do is I want to run harbinger and do everything I can in my power to solely focus on harbinger and only harbingers. I want to open my map, I want to go harbinger to harbinger to harbinger. I want to kill the harbingers, and I am looking for mirror shards. I am looking for fracturing orb shards. I tested it today. I did one map on stream. I dropped 4 fracturing orbs, and I was like, that's it. We're in. We're apps. And then every map after that was just like tons of chaos, tons of alterations, tons of annuls, tons of exalts, and I never saw the fracturing again. I didn't get the mirror, and I didn't get the ancient orb. Or I got tons and tons of ancient orbs. This farm in itself is really easy. It's really straightforward. It's really simple. You are opening your map. You are maximizing harbingers. You are killing harbingers. And you're pretty much just like constantly pulling this slot machine every time you kill one of these guys in hopes that you hit it big. Otherwise, like, it's not too much currency. You're not really making a whole lot. But if you hit, you hit, and it feels really good to hit. So this is going to be one of those strategies where if you're looking for a quick get rich thing, like blowing up barrels, this isn't really going to be for you. But if you're looking for the long haul, something addicting, a little bit of fun that'll make you currency, but you know, when you aim to hit, and I don't want to disguise harbingers as a quick get rich quick scheme, but it does have its upsides. As far as the atlas tree goes, we're taking a pretty basic atlas tree. We're getting rid of all of the mechanics in the league. Unless you specifically want to do something, you could take one of these points off. I took all of these off so that I can just target scarabs that are not part of the league mechanic and try to get more divination scarabs. I took all of the harbinger nodes. I actually don't know why these are here. These aren't supposed to be this, but you know, I'll have a real tree for you guys later in the comments down below. I don't know why I took those, but that's kind of funny actually. I'll have the more optimized tree in the comments down below. Good thing people that stayed for the explanation know what's going on. But overall, the tree is pretty straightforward. We also take a bunch of map tier up nodes because we want to try to get more tier 16 so that we can sustain our maps. And we want to try to get tier 17 maps and just get a bunch more maps. I mean, these don't go towards 17s, but you know, we just want to get a bunch of tier 16 maps so that we keep running maps to get the opportunity for tier 17s. We take all the map effect modifiers that way so we can juice our map on the off chance we get something, and pretty much that's just what we're doing. I have a bunch of maps that are 8 modded. I've been running a bunch of 8 modded maps. They're really good. It doesn't really matter if you run 8 mod maps or non-8 mod maps. You just want to find a map that you're comfortable in running and enjoy running, and you want to take that map overall. You want to chisel it, you want to alk it, you want to val it for 8 mod if you can do 8 mod, and you just want to run the map. When you run the map, we're going to be using currency shards. Drop of the harbingers are duplicated. It gives you a lot, and I mean a lot of currency. I tried a bunch of maps today without this, and the amount of currency that was dropping was nowhere near as much as what that was dropping with. We're then going to add 3 additional harbingers. So we're going to have 3 harbingers here. This node over here gives us 4, so we have at least 4 on the map. When we do the map device, we're going to take 3 more, so we're going to have a total of 7, and then if we get lucky, we'll proc 8 or 9. Getting the extra ones is, you know, it's pretty rare, but we take a bunch of nodes that give us the opportunity to get more harbingers. We're going to be taking harbingers in the area, have a chance to be replaced by a powerful harbinger boss. We take 50% there and 25% there. That gives us the opportunity for 75%. If you want and you have a little bit of extra money burning a hole in your pocket, you can get the Horn Scarab Awakening and put this in. The Horn Scarab Awakening allows you to do Imbued Harbinger, which gives you the remaining 25% chance to get a powerful Harbinger boss and 3 additional Harbingers. I don't know if this is worth it. If you wanted to run this, I would probably take this out and do these. The problem is at the time of recording right now, and I were to like price check these out, these are really expensive, and just the way that you hit, I don't think it's worth it. Without having this, you have a 75% chance for a powerful Harbinger boss, and 75% when you have 7 of them in a map is pretty good. I haven't been running these. I don't think running these is the actual play. I think these are infinitely better to sell or to save for fracture farming or other farms that you're doing, so I'm not a big fan. And lastly, I'm using the node that says Harbingers in your area drop rarer currency shards. Harbingers in area drop a single type of currency shard. This is like the breadwinner of what we're doing. And these are really cheap too. You get like 170 of these for Divine. These potency ones, you get about 120 of them for Divine. The Harbinger Scarabs are duplicated. You get about 75 to Divine. And additional Harbingers are about 142 Divine. So overall, to run your map, like, it's pretty cheap. It's like really cheap. You really don't spend a whole lot. And as far as the map device goes, it's 6 Cs, so it's probably maybe 10 C a map. And then outside of that too, like, you make a bunch of money back with like the invitations that you're doing. I still click blue. I like blue. I'm a big fan. If I ever get meteored again, I'm just gonna uninstall, so I never want to get meteored again. So you know, pick whatever side you're more comfortable with and what color you like. I think red is absolutely the play though, due to the fact that chaos orbs are like really expensive, and red has a lot of shrines or a lot of altars for chaos. So I really think that you should probably take the chaos orbs. And with the extra points that we had that we put here, you might want to consider putting in for more altars. So it's not a bad play to like actually take out some nodes. And if you don't like Beyond, you can actually take out all of the Beyond stuff. Oh, something to mention, if you don't like Beyond, just take the Beyond stuff out and put it with whatever you want. I like Beyond, so I have Beyond. But overall themselves, the maps, they're not too bad to run. When you open up the lantern, I haven't been really all-flaming anything. The only things that I'll all-flame are nodes like this. The ones that say dropped armor is converted. If you get dropped armors converted to chaos, I like to anarchy all-flame it for rogue exiles. If you have % chance to drop chaos, I like to put rats or frogs on it. And the same thing for exalts or divines. If you get exalts and divines, you want to just put rats or frogs on them. If the armor is converted or X is converted to whatever, you want to put anarchy on them for rogue exiles. Everything else though, you just kind of run and have a good time with. If you want, you can mess around with meat sacks or all flames for the tattoos, or you can use any of the all flames and just kind of like burn your all flames doing this. It's not a bad strategy to do. Now, when I go into these maps, I don't spend a lot of time on mobs that are not the Harbingers. I like to look for the Harbingers, I like to kill the Harbingers, and I like to just kind of get out of the map. The more time that I spend inside of the map, the less time that, you know, you're in another map. As far as things to go that you want to loot, my loot filter has exactly what I'm looking for on it. It has chaos, it has alterations. Alterations sell really fast. I still think they're really worth looting. Some people are going to be watching this and they're going to get a giggle at me for wanting to loot alterations. I like looting alterations a lot, and overall it doesn't feel that bad. If you want this loot filter and you like the color scheme and everything, I'll actually include a link to my profile in the description. You can copy the loot filter off of my profile, and just be warned, with any loot filter that you copy off of a streamer or any of your friends, the loot filters are subject to change, and they may or may not hide things that you are looking for. So make sure that if you are going to copy the loot filter, that you go into it knowing that you might be missing things that I don't want to see that you want to see. But overall, we show a lot of things. Loot filter will hide things like these transmutation shards, which I don't think are working. Currently, we do see regal shards, and I'm pretty sure I'm turning regal shards off in the next like immediately. So there might be a world where regal shards are turned off. If you notice something's missing and you guys want something turned on, don't hesitate to leave a comment on the video, or like yell at me in the Discord or the live stream, and like, you're like, hey, this is turned off, can you turn this on? And if it makes sense, we can turn it on for people. Now, when you're going into these maps, the King Harbingers, well, are not these little guys. These are the basic ones. I'll show you in the next King Harbinger. The King Harbingers they're really big, they're really noticeable. And harbingers themselves are, you know, they can be a little rippy. They have a lot of rare mobs that spawn in them, and there's a lot of headhunter buffs to steal. So this farm is actually really good for characters that like take advantage of headhunter. So if you're like a bow character and you want to do this, you might be able to actually get away with it. Is this it? Yeah, see this big guy right here? This is the King Harbinger. This is the 75% chance to get him. And you saw on this map that we had a couple of them. Overall, though, the maps, they don't really take too long. The longest part about the map is just waiting for the Harbinger themselves to like summon all the dudes and like go through all of the motions. But overall, the maps, they take about 2 to 3 minutes depending on what you loot, what you don't do. And you see that we just did a map right now. It dropped us 6 ancient orbs, 3 alterations, you know, just all bunch of little stuff. Unfortunately, we didn't hit any exalt conversions, we didn't hit any chaos conversions, we didn't hit the fracturing shard conversion or the mirror shard conversion. But that's the risk that you run while you're doing this strategy. I don't want to try, like I said earlier, to bait you guys into thinking that it's this all-out crazy money-making strategy. It is the ultimate gamble and slot machine strategy. You will do this, you will run this map, you will kill these mobs, and sometimes you'll get explosions where it's chaos shards. Sometimes you'll get explosions where it's exalt shards. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll get other really cool shards. I've talked to a bunch of people who have been doing this, and they all say it takes about a week to get a mirror shard. I don't know how many maps they're farming in a week, but you know, we've seen it happen, we know it can happen, and I'm pretty sure the price of fracturing orbs dictates that people are doing this and that the orbs are indeed falling. It's just a matter of getting lucky. You know, you have to like kill the Harbinger, it has to roll fracturing shard or mirror shard, and then it has to roll to drop all of those. So, you know, that's just kind of what it is. Outside of that too, like you see, like look at all the annulments we got. That's crazy. That's actually so many. That's wild, man. We got 7 full annulment orbs from that. That's kind of crazy. The other thing too, I had mentioned earlier, I have Beyond on the map. I like Beyond a lot. You kill a lot of mobs with these Harbinger packs, so you'll see a ton of Beyond and Beyond demons. You want to make sure that you don't spawn the Beyond boss because you want to use Beyond as like a second source of currency generation to try to make up for a lot of the bad maps that you're going to get. You get a lot of tainted fusings, a lot of tainted jewelers, all kinds of different tainted currencies, and they're pretty much just good on their own to loot. And you can't really go wrong with getting a bunch of tainted currencies and selling the tainted currencies. Now you can see here, these are a lot of alteration shards. I have alteration shards on. I like looting alteration shards. I like selling alteration shards. They sell really fast, and I think it's fine to loot them and sell them. I've looted over 5,000 alterations today. It's been, you know, pretty good. I've moved a whole handful of them. I'm going to move the rest of them after I'm done recording, and overall they're just really good to just pick up and get rid of. Pretty much the people are using the alterations to roll Adorn jewels, so this is just supplying into that. Another thing too with this farm is while you're doing it, you'll drop tier 17 maps. I'm doing Jungle Valley for Abomination. I have a lot of friends that run Abomination, a lot of people that enjoy Abomination, and Abomination sells really well. Also, I think Abomination has the best chance of the Maven fragment, if I recall correctly. So if you sell maps and you want to do that, Abomination's pretty good. Otherwise, you should really just pick a map that you enjoy and go run it. I know plenty of people who are doing, oh look, see, there's a fusing right there. I've gotten 21 fusings doing this. This is crazy, man. Actually crazy. I know plenty of people who are doing this farm. They do it on Crimson Temple, they do it on Defiled Cathedral. They just pick different maps that they enjoy and they run it. That's the beauty of Harbinger. You really don't need a specific map or a special map to be able to do this on. You can just kind of like do this anywhere and it works out really well. Now, as far as overall profits go, I haven't really tracked my profits. I will say that I have not lost money doing this. I'm not a big Excel guy, so you're not going to see me catching Excel, but I will say that the number has indeed been going up, and I really wish they would give us the Vine Shards. This is what I meant earlier about Regals. I don't think I'm keeping Regals on. I don't see myself looting a ton of Regals. Regals themselves, I believe, are like hundreds to divine, so it might just not even be worth it. I might leave them on for people who want to craft, but right now it's 200 Regals to a divine, so I honestly don't think they're worth the clicks. So when you watch this video and you if you use the filter, there's a good chance by the time that you do that, that regals will be turned off. And if you want them back on, maybe let me know. If enough people ask for it, we could turn it back on, but I think people are going to be happier with them being off. I did test the filter for mirrors. I did test the filter for mirror shards. They do show up on the filter, so don't worry. You're just getting unlucky. You get a ton of corpses doing this too, which I notice is really cool. You get a ton of allflames, tier 17 maps, random little currencies, and overall, like I said, it's not going to be the quickest get rich farm. You're not going to always hit the jackpot. You'll probably hit a couple jackpots if you do this for an extended period of time. You'll definitely make money doing it, but you probably won't make anywhere near as much money as if you were to, say, do tier 17 barrels or run beasts. Like, this is probably on the lower end of the spectrum of like farming strategies that would just make you rich really quick. The upside to this farming strategy though is the fun per hour is actually off the charts. I really, really love farming the harbingers. I love every time I pull a pack, I'm just like, oh my God, is this it? Is this the pack? Is this the pack? Will I hit? Will I hit? And then you're just like, dang, I didn't hit. And then you know every map is like 7 attempts. You're just like, oh my God, could this be the one? Is this gonna be the one? Am I gonna roll the mirror now? Do I get the mirror? Do I get the mirror? Do I get the mirror? And the maps themselves, they aren't too bad. The difference like you see in loot between 8 modded maps and regular maps isn't really too much. Like, I don't think the harbingers are actually affected by any of that. So, and absolutely too, what's really cool is you can see my experience bar has been going up while I'm doing this. So like, I'm level 96. So you're getting like pretty good experience doing this. The maps, they don't feel that bad. I've been doing them on a melee character while playing Frostblades, and overall you see it's going fairly well. The one thing to know, and this has killed me many a times if you're looking for experience, while you're looting, as soon as a harbinger dies, all those mobs that died will spawn a ton of beyond mobs. So if you're not paying attention, the beyond mobs, they will indeed absolutely 100% of the time actually just kill you. So make sure before you loot that you look around for beyond mobs and you kill them. But outside of that, that's Harby farming. I like it. I'm going to do a lot of it, man. I don't care what people say. I enjoy it and I want to do more of it, so I'm going to be doing more of it. But if you like this and you enjoy this, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, a share, do all that fun stuff for YouTube. And if you made it this far in the video, I absolutely appreciate the heck out of you. And if there's something you want to see or a cool farming strategy you want me to try and talk about, please let me know. I like hearing all the cool ideas from you guys. And if you want to know more about what I'm playing with my Frostblades character, you know, I'll happily do a video on the Frostblades character. I really like the Frostblades character a lot. Big shout out to my friend Blossom for making the claw and like getting me addicted to it again. And pretty much all of you guys for all the support. You guys are great. But for now, friends, I'm going to get this video out to you guys. And I'll see you all in the next one.